Greetings and salutations. Your next lord here, speaking for the Imperial Cultural Society. Today we're talking about Pathfinder 2nd Edition, a tabletop role-playing game that was made by Paizo on the planet known as Earth. Played by many Earthens and known for its character customization and tactical combat. Today's lessons will be focused on character customization, one of my favorite parts of this game that has grown so close and dear to my heart. Ugh! Although the process of character customization is much like the endless stars of the galaxy, we're going to focus on a star that shines brighter than most. Paizo's implementation of versatile heritages. No longer are those touched by cosmic power needed to be limited to the ranks of the fictional species known as humanity, but now open to the vast quantity of species that make up the worlds of Pathfinder. Let's get down to the rules, so turn to page 20 of the Advanced Player's Guide. There, you're going to select your ancestry like normal, but instead of choosing a heritage, you choose your versatile heritage. You gain all of the features and traits from said versatile heritage, such as improved vision, or, well, my favorite bit, the Duskwalker's ability to be immune to being raised as undead, because fuck you, necromancers. And then after you're done selecting your ancestry feats, you then choose from those available to your ancestry, as well as those tied to your new versatile heritage. And please, for the love of the gods, if you're playing a versatile heritage with an uncommon or rare tag, to ask your game master before you play. And now we're getting to the fun part of this whole little lecture, my opinion. So we're leaving the territory of rules and absolutes. So please, if you think being a half gnome, half angel is overrated, then you're wrong. But the gods gave us a voice, and it's not up to me to silence yours. I can't express this enough, I really enjoy the fact that in Pathfinder, that the plane touched, those born of the outer and inner planes, are no longer just like a weird species that's implied to be. No, now they're just a straight up subspecies, which I personally really adore. Do you want to play an orc with angelic blood running through your veins to become the rage of the heavens? Pathfinder will allow you to make that. Feel like you're quite a sussy baka? Or like me, suffer from imposter syndrome? Then the Dark Archives reflection will tickle your fancy. Or are you wishing an elderly witch kidnapped you as a child and fully justified that you feel like an outsider to society? First of all, you deserve happiness and a hug. Second of all, you can finally live that fantasy as a changeling, not to be confused with Eberron Shapeshifter. You can now be, in fact, part hag. And to add on to the variety, they don't just have plain touched of Aasimar and tieflings, of good and evil, but also you can now be of the cosmic forces of Chad Law, in the form of the Aphorite, and the... You could, if you want to, be in the forces of chaos and be a... Gonzi. Now, making fun of the forces of chaos aside, there are just so many more options for you to pick from and almost endless characters that you can make. Overall, this system is just so awesome and allows such a variety of builds and wonderful concepts. And now, do you think I'm just going to give you the tools to create wonderful, colorful characters tied to the various metaphysical planes of the multiverse and not give you some examples? Oh, no. This is not that kind of channel. Now buckle up, kiddos, for here's some examples you can use as either a player character or an NPC in your games. Vardaz of Clan Goldhammer had a very interesting yet challenging life. Born to two dwarven champions who fought in great crusade against demons, his parents exposed to the corruption of the abyss. because finally when they gave birth to their first son, they discovered that the abyss had left its mark. Despite his parents' love, he grew up isolated from the rest of his dwarven clan, turning what they thought was a curse into his strength, as he uses the power of his supernatural lineage to transform his body into a weapon, leaving to make his own mark in the world, to enjoy all of the pleasures and wonders that the world can give to him. If I was making Vardaz Goldhammer, I'd make him a dwarven monk with the pit-born tiefling heritage to kind of show his connection to the abyss. And I would reflavor all of the different fighting stances as him mimicking the power of demons, such as growing claws and turning his horns into weapons, and just the supernatural speed that comes from this kind of supernatural, fiendish connection. I think it'd be really cool. The stillborn child of House Kos, the elven house of scholars. Their birth was followed by tragedy as their mother gave her life to bring them into the world of the living. Their father, a pious man, beseeched the gods to give their child another chance at life, and the gods intervened, but at a great cost. For in order for one to be returned back to the world of the living, one must take their place instead. And thus, as they took their first breath once again, their father gave his last. While born of realms of life and death, now known as the Archivist, guided by the souls of their parents, sought a life of adventure, to explore the world and learn of its mysteries, to figure out why they were given a second chance. In my version of the Archivist, I wanted to make them a thaumaturge with the tome implement as effectively a journal left behind by their parents who were great scholars. And to kind of represent the aspect of them getting free skills as they get knowledge from their parents who still linger with them, kind of like point them where they need to be in the pages and stuff. And while they could be easily reflavored as an undead sorcerer or a bones oracle, I really want to make thaumaturge because it's just such a cool class. Now, the last thing I want to mention in this sort of video is the fact that while I was looking for a Pathfinder elven name, I stumbled across this one, and imagine now the great champion of Callistra. Come!